A mass strike against the French government's plan to raise the retirement age disrupted transport and shut down schools this past week, with unions saying millions of protesters took to the streets. Postal workers, gas, electricity, and factory workers joined in the movement across the private and public sectors, which all but shut down several radio stations, newspapers, and theaters. As protesters massed for a big march in eastern Paris, Bernard Thibault, head of France's biggest union, the CGT, estimated countrywide turnout at about 2 million. France's government said nearly 19% of civil servants and more than 18% of school staff stayed away from work. Several schools were forced to close. The government last week unveiled proposals to raise the retirement age from 60 to 62 by the year 2018, increasing the number of working years required for a state pension as part of efforts to cut France's big budget deficit. Unions say the move puts an unfair burden of reform on workers. Protester Philippe Legrand: "There are very many of us here to demonstrate today, as you can see, for a reform of the pension system that is just. What they're suggesting to us today, what they're suggesting to the citizens, is reform that's unjust. It's going to penalize the more fragile and the weakest." Mass protests have forced the French government to back down on social reforms in the past, but Labour Minister Eric Woerth said the government would not bend on raising the retirement age.